Hello everyone, Anita here and welcome to another art chat. This week's topic has been suggested by D-O-Tan-R. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And it's about how I have started on YouTube and how I'm promoting my videos. So these are kind of like two segments of one art chat. For me, this whole YouTube thing started about 5 years ago. I know, it sounds crazy, but that's actually true. I still remember actually watching YouTube videos and thinking how much I wanted to do the same, how much I wanted to record my own art process. And that's even before I started thinking of becoming an illustrator, so I just had this urge to actually share my art because it seemed like so much fun. So around 5 years ago, me and my boyfriend, we bought a new TV that had an access to the internet and, well, you could connect the internet to the TV and you could watch YouTube videos on it. I didn't own a good computer back then. My computer was always secondhand. I usually got it after my boyfriend upgraded his, so I didn't spend that much time at the computer. Instead, I was just spending my time watching YouTube videos. I'm not a big TV fan, so the YouTube was amazing for me. And what do you watch when you're, an artist who doesn't draw? You watch other people draw, and so I found Lilani Joy on YouTube. She has just started making her own videos. I don't remember if it was actually 5 or 4 years ago, something like that. So I was watching Lilani Joy, and she was making, and she still is making, art vlogs and art speed paints. And I was extremely impressed. I loved watching her. She was a big inspiration. I've tried painting with acrylic paints back then as well, so that's the time when I recorded my first video. Nothing happened with that video just because I didn't have any experience in video editing and I didn't have a good computer to edit my videos on, but that was the time when I actually recorded my first video. Around the same time, a friend of mine went to a filming school and she was thinking about upgrading her camcorder and she was getting rid of her normal camcorder. She was selling it for just a small price and I decided to buy it. I've never had a camcorder before. It was a good opportunity. I didn't even think about it at that time about making videos. I just wanted to have a camcorder to record our daily life and maybe going with it on trips. We just got a puppy back then, so I wanted to document his life. It was just like one of those opportunities that you don't miss. And if you're wondering, that's the same camera I'm recording on right now. All my videos are recorded with the same camcorder, so very good investment. So nothing really happened until May 2015. I started playing Minecraft, which is a game, if you're not familiar. It's a building game and I started playing it around, September 2014, something like that. And since I was so big on YouTube, I've decided to just look for some YouTubers who were, playing Minecraft as well. By watching them for a while, it looked like so much fun and they were just building and sharing their builds on the internet, and I decided to do the same. It looked like so much fun. I just got my MacBook not long before that, so I had a computer that could help me, edit, and I was recording the videos on my boyfriend's computer because he had a lot faster, not better computer than I did, and these were literally my first steps into video making. I made 5 videos before I realized that it's not really for me. I had fun, but my heart was not in it. And so very slowly I kind of transitioned into art videos. I made my first video, I believe around June or July 2015. Then I made another one about a month later, and I was making videos till September of 2015. And at that time my work was just too busy and I couldn't afford the time I didn't have the time, the inspiration just to continue with making videos, which was really bad. It felt extremely bad because I started gathering subscribers, which really surprised me. When I posted my first video, I didn't expect anybody to see it, let alone to be interested enough to actually subscribe to me. So I was getting the comments and people asking when more videos would come out, and I didn't have the time and the energy to create more videos. Now I was lucky enough that in December 2015 I could get into illustration full-time, and one of the first things I've decided to do long before that was to post regularly to YouTube. I've started with one video a week, very slow, because when you decide to make a channel on YouTube, you should commit to some kind of schedule, because people who subscribe to you will expect videos every certain period. So in my case, it was once a week because I thought that was doable, but it can be once every 2 weeks. I know even YouTubers who are make very beautiful things and they post once a month. So it's not a rule, as long as you're, consistent with what you're doing. So I started doing for the 52-week illustration challenge in January 2016, and I've been posting once a week ever since. And then I've started doing art chats also once a week. So at the moment when this video is recorded, I am doing 2 videos a week. And it seemed like such a lot of work at first, but now I'm actually used to it and it's much easier than it was in the beginning. So eventually I might consider doing even more videos a week. At the same time, I've been constantly trying to make my videos better in some ways. Better lighting, better microphone, so speech. The camera has to wait, unfortunately, because it's very expensive, but the one I have now is not that bad. And I'm also working on speeding up my processes. So I'm developing a better way to record so that it's faster to edit afterwards. And I'm constantly learning. Doing research, watching other more experienced YouTubers to see how I can make things better. When you're a YouTuber and you make your own videos, you're basically creating content, you start looking at videos in a completely different way. So instead of only enjoying the content, I'm also looking at the way it was produced, so the technical side of it. And that Minecraft period really surprisingly helped me with a lot of issues. First of all, I've learned how to edit videos. I didn't have to wonder yet about how to set up my camera. I just had footage from the computer, the game footage, and I just learned how to edit that, how to add basic effects, basic things, how to render my videos properly. And in a similar way, I've kind of overcome the sort of a stage fright, I suppose. I recently listened to my older videos, the very first videos, and my very first Minecraft videos. And I have to say, the way I speak right now is much different than what I did before. I speak much more naturally and I'm much more confident, I suppose you could say. So all in all, even though I didn't pursue the Minecraft video making career, I'm really happy that I got through that stage. Now for the second part of our art chats, how I promote my videos. It's actually quite simple, I don't. I don't consciously promote my videos, so I don't go to certain places and show my videos off. I don't link them anywhere, except of the places where it would be logical that they are linked. So my Facebook page, the 52-week illustration page, and yeah, that's about it. I very heavily rely on people looking up my videos in the YouTube search engine. So I always make sure to have proper tags and that my titles are descriptive enough and that my video covers are eye-catching and neat, basically, so that they are not embarrassing. And at the same time, I'm also doing all the things that are, at least to me, very obvious. So I'm being really honest in my videos. I used to worry about scripting them, perhaps I should, because I was rambling quite a lot, but I've heard enough and I'm actually enjoying it myself much more in other videos if they're not scripted. You can hear if they're genuine or not, and for some kind of videos it really works, but for me it will be just way too much work and stress. So instead, I'm always making sure that I'm having a lot of fun doing my videos and that I still love them, because I think that's the most important thing, just loving what you do. So if you're starting on YouTube and you're listening to this, make sure that you choose something that you really love. We also talked about committing to a schedule, so making a certain amount of videos over a certain period of time. I presume that making more videos more often will get you more viewers, but that all depends on the content you're creating. It's very important to also use proper equipment when you're recording for YouTube. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can always invest later on when you decide that, this is what you want to do and this is what you are really committed to. I started with my old camcorder, just as I've said, and I still use it. Eventually, I've upgraded my microphone because I was using my boyfriend's headset, and I've upgraded my microphone to a Blue Snowball, which is a really good starting microphone. It's a little bit more on the pricey range, but still rather cheap compared to what you can actually invest in, and it does its job, so I'm really happy with it. I used to paint in front of a window for good light. Nowadays I have a setup for light in my room, so I actually have 4 lamps around me with 2 umbrella lights. I actually learned that by watching other videos. This particular setup that I'm using is from Bailey J here on YouTube. If you're watching it, there is a very big chance that you know her, and if you don't, there is a link in the video description. And I think there's absolutely nothing wrong in learning from people who are willing to share, and they know what they're talking about. At least they share their own experience. And I think that pretty much covers the very basics of how I started my YouTube channel. If you have any more questions, please feel free to leave me a comment below, and I'll make sure to either address it or maybe make another video in the future. This is a very, very big topic to talk about, and I'm still learning, so I can only share my own experience in that matter. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!